When it comes to art making, the most important thing is to actually have a go at it. I wasn't magically endowed with painting ability. It is actually hard work to develop your skill, and the only time that you're actually going to get better is when you actually practice, and the only time to do that is every day. So even if it's just picking up a brush and just doing a few strokes or doing some wet in wet technique, or a really good example that I can give you is in a class that I was teaching students, I demonstrated painting a chili. And because I'd done this chili, I don't know how many times, but I did it. And then when my students started painting it, they really struggled. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not an average teacher. I'm a pretty good teacher. But I said to them, you have to remember, this is the first chili you've painted. I've painted hundreds of chilies, and I guarantee you, if I gave you a sheet and you painted 20 chilies, from the first chili to the last chili, you will see a difference. And I never thought this would happen, but one of my students actually did that. And then the next week she came back and she said, I painted the 20 chilies. And I said, are you serious? And she brought the painting out. And it was like, wow, I told you this would happen. And it was really good because I was able to show that piece of work with the 20 chilies to the whole class, and they could see I wasn't actually lying and I wasn't trying to just force them to paint 20 chilies, but the proof is in the pudding, that if you paint every day or if you paint regularly, your hand-eye coordination will improve, your confidence in understanding how the paints behave on the paper, understanding the water and what it does when you combine it with the paint, having all of those sorts of things practiced every day, it'll get to the point where you are no longer thinking about what you're doing, but it becomes an intuitive process. So you're almost on autopilot. So when I demonstrate painting a chili to you, I am pretty much on autopilot, and I'm still talking to you about everything else and not concentrating because I've done it so many times. So when you get to that point, you sort of know, all right, I've cracked this, and then it's time to move on to the next thing. It's like practicing scales on an instrument, on a piano. Do the 20 chilies and you'll actually believe what I'm saying. So the main thing in your art journey is to actually commit and actually make the time, make the space, and have a go at actually painting. We'll start to learn some techniques, so I hope you join me for that. If you like this video, find more watercolour painting techniques here and subscribe to Channel NT for more workshops from Northern Territory artists. Visit channelnt.com.au.